Ready to start power leveling, training, and making billions at the same time? Welcome back to the one channel that only knows how to hug trees and grill chicken. My name's Teddy, and today I wanted to show you how easy it can be to make billions training without needing the Imperial Horse Delivery event with the new horses added. Hopefully this should be a short video. If you find this helpful, be sure to leave a like, hype this up, and let's just jump right into this. Before we start, we gotta get set up. I recommend having your best horse training clothes, accessories, and props, all either Lagia, Azara, or Menace, and Prion for the accessories at the highest tier you can. Trainer clothes from the luxury vendor can be used if you can't afford any mastery clothes or just need more capturing rate. The best training costume is going to be the full vanilla riding attire from the Pearl Shop, or the training clothes bought from the luxury vendor can be turned into a costume using the equipment tailor and coupon bought from the Pearl Shop. Next, you'll need some artifacts and lightstone combinations. You want to get a pair of the training experience, mount experience, and trading mastery artifacts to make the most from each part of the process, but keep in mind, the only way to get these artifacts and not just use the generic life experience or mastery is to proc the bonus quest when Imperial delivering horses. For the lightstone combinations, we have Into the Sunset that gives plus 15 mount experience, plus 10 training experience, and plus 20 training mastery, which is perfect for any casual trainer. Next, we have Horses Over Flowers, which gives plus 25 mount experience, which is used for mount power leveling. And Choice and Focus Training, which reduces training mastery by 500, but gives plus 35 training experience for those just capturing and selling horses to power level. Normally, I wouldn't mention alchemy stones, but with the upcoming changes to the Khan's Heart Life, this is going to be the best in slot alchemy stone for most life skilling going forward. Right now, this gives a small plus 25 mastery for just wearing, but once the update comes in, it will also provide plus 30% life experience on use, making this a must for those wanting the power level training or just wanting a small push into the higher mastery bracket. Moving on, we have the crystal presets, and I recommend using the full breathing Vidir with a full set of Don, Juan, Bon, or Jin crystals. Looking at the pets, a full set of T4 Hate would be the most ideal, but life pets or a mixture can be used if you can't get a full set. One last piece of gear we need is the Caffer's Journal of Nature. This only has plus 10% life experience, but when you're trying to power level training, any little bit will count. Getting this is rewarded for completing the Caffer's record, which is found in the Adventures log under the Crow's Merchant section. After all the gear, we'll need a wagon to speed up everything. Not only can wagons level multiple horses at once, but can also register horses straight to the wagon instead of having to run back to the stables. I suggest crafting or buying the Forest Path wagon since you can harness 4 horses and there is a sprint to level mounts faster. Lastly, to make things easier, I suggest having the Mirandora's Everlasting Sweet Sugar and the Age-Wrought Luminous Capturing Rope. These are training treasures requiring you to complete the Honor to the Training Family quest line and have the 3 T10 horses to unlock, but unlike the Lesser Lump of Raw Sugar and the Capturing Ropes, these are permanent and don't have to be replaced. Remember, even if you don't have any training gear, you can still go out and capture horses to make a nice amount of money. This is just what I use to speed up making billions or just easily power leveling. If you want a more in-depth guide on everything training, check out the video in the top corner, and all links to everything training will be down in the description below. Other ways to speed up leveling or making billions is with the training buffs. Our best food is going to be the Stonetail Winds Meal. Fiery Celerity are going to be the best drafts we have. Next, we have the Corsair's Aura. With how easy it is to earn the invoices during events, you should be able to stack a ton pop every 300 minutes while training without making a dent. We have the extra mount experience scrolls, which are great coming in at 1 or 10 hours each. The Secret Book of Florin and the Gia Van Grolen scrolls are a must for any life skill. Laura's Warm Black Tea greatly increases the mount experience and helps power level training. Another great buff I like to use is the Turning Gates Villa buff. This will require having the Nefart tent from the Pearl Shop and the Secret Book of the Old Moon sub active to buy the Turning Gate buff without having to go and get a Villa invite scroll, or you'll have to set up an alt at the Villa to buy the invite. If you're a free-to-play player, you will sadly have to run out all the way to the Villa just to get the buff before training. Finally, we have the Mercenary's Life, either the plus 50% or the better 150% made by combining 3 of the 50% scrolls. Other event buffs can be used but are limited and are only available during said events. Next, you'll need a base of operations. First, choosing a wild horse location close to any stable would normally be ideal, like Calafion, Heidel, Glish, or Duvenkroon, but after the addition of the new horses, it can be a little bit harder with these areas, so I suggest finding other wild horse locations to rotate through. To help find these areas easier, we have maps like the one on Videolytics, which has most of the horse locations, or wild horse spots can roughly be found inside the training topic in the adventurer's board while playing the game. Once you've chosen the capital, you'll need stable slots. Grana, Heidel, and Glish has 4 free slots to rent. Altanova, Calafion, and Duvenkroon has 5, and other towns will have less slots to rent. If you're still needing more stable slots, more can be bought from the Pearl Shop. Now would be a good time to learn how to make loops to AFK train. So, opening the map and holding down the Alt, right-clicking on the map lets you place points on the map in whatever shape you wish. Once you have a shape or a line, you can then hit Set Loop and save it to one of 3 presets. Presets can then be loaded by selecting the person running symbol at the top of the map and choosing the saved loop. With the new horses we can find, the process I use is kind of the same as before, but I've changed it a little bit. First, I grab all the training quests I can from Liana. Then I head out to the first wild horse location and I'll change each spot around for my first region, then move around to any spots I have more stable slots in if this location is taken. If the spot isn't taken, I'll stay here and continuously switch channels until I have to switch to another spot. Instead of capturing only the rare horses or killing the normals and switching channels, I capture every horse in the area. If using a forest path wagon, you can easily harness 4 wild horses and have another follow the wagon back to the stable to register. Just remember to wear all of your training experience gear or raise your training experience before registering any horse, or you'll lose out on any extra experience you could be earning. For the horses under level 15, I'll sell them to make room, and for horses level 15 or higher, I'll switch to training mastery gear and breed them once registered. As for the T7 and new T8s, I'll save these to AFK train later to level 30. Breeding takes about 3 hours, so I continue capturing until I fill enough stables while keeping 4 horses to train. When each breeding cycle is done, the horse is Imperial delivered, the new horse is vendored, and if you get an extra Imperial horse, these are saved to be trained with any higher valued horses. Now we can talk about the AFK training. Use your best mount experience gear to level horses faster, and use a loop inside of a safe zone so you don't get killed. All the new horses added will take 2.5 times longer to train, so this will normally take around 32 hours or longer to fully level up to 30. The horses aren't high enough by the time you get done AFKing. They can be placed back in the stables and the process can be started all over again. Once the Imperial Steed and higher valued horses are fully trained, the Imperial Steeds will be delivered for the noble stature chest. The higher valued horses are bred for the extra money, then Imperialed for a chance at the Luma lamp piece. And lastly, any Corsairs will be moved to Stonetail so they can be awakened just for another chance at the Luma Loft piece. Once I do get it, they can start being listed on the horse market for even more money. So just to summarize, I prefer to vendor all horses level 14 or lower, breed all the old rare and new T6 horses if level 15 or higher, then vendor and Imperial deliver all horses after breeding while AFK training the new higher valued horse to level 30 for more money. And there you have it, a simple process to casually make billions while power leveling training. I try to keep this small, but with how much information is needed just to do a simple little process, it was extremely hard not going fully in depth while still trying to give the most information needed. But I hope this helps you start making the most money while training, or at least trying to power level up to Guru. Remember, this can be done without needing any gear, just needing 2k silver, so don't feel like you're forced to spend a few $100 billion just to make money with training. And yes, the spawn rates are pretty low for the newer horses, so don't be shocked if it takes longer to find a new one. Let me know what you think about how I power level horses and make billions casually training in Black Desert. Would you do this, or would you train every horse you capture? Let me know in the comments down below, and while you're waiting for the next guide, check out the channel for more Black Desert content, and I'll see you guys for the Alchemy Stone rework whenever that finally comes. Keep horse napping out there, everyone.